Alright, let's get this going. Lower that down a smidge, and by a smidge I mean a lot. Oh wait, hang on. I see why it was louder. Because my... Huh, wait, hang on. I need to adjust the volume levels. Oh, yeah. I have too many knobs, as I've said before. Because there's the YouTube player, there's the computer, and then my microphone and, like, audio system also has a separate thing. But anyway, today, the objective is simple. Or the objectives. Because, yeah, I have my daily to-do list now. Because I want to get the game in a nice state for the demo, for Steam Next Fest. So today, we have sound effects for scoring a goal, NPC talk sounds. So I think these are going to involve a lot of scrubbing through audio to figure out good samples. And I'm not going to do that on stream. However, we do also have a few things here. So, like, not Fortnite. Fade-in should be... So basically, this is actually going to be get footage, integrate footage. So I think I want to have two different styles of footage, maybe just like the menu. And then, or I know, Apollo playing. And then Kitty playing. Because we basically have two characters who are going to be playing the game, not Fortnite. It's going to be a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old. And so... I want the gameplay to reflect their reflective qualities. And also, it starts from a thought experiment of how fucked up do I have to make footage of Fortnite for it to be legally distinct and transformative. But okay. So basically we get the footage, integrate the footage, so that'll be putting it on the TV in the game. And I think that'll be like reduce it. I'll figure out what I want to do with that. But yeah, so I think maybe we just start with this because it'd be funny to play Fortnite on stream. But first I actually have to install Fortnite. I don't know where to install it. So yeah, it actually was a bit of a trial to even launch the Epic Games Store because I hadn't launched it in like 6 months. But alright, hopefully my credit card information isn't here. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's free. Well, yeah, hopefully there's no, like, credit card information on that screen at any point. So I'll just keep that on the other monitor for the time being. When did I get The Sims 4 on Epic Game Store? What? I own The Sims 4? Crazy. I'm learning a lot about myself today. I think I'm literally not even going to have space on my C drive. Can I do my E drive? Okay, so I'm going to put it in my gaming folder. Because, yeah, I bought the new... did I mention that I have a new folder now? Or no, hard drive? Because, yeah, my 1 terabyte hard drive is now filled with Lucid Blocks gameplay. But okay. So Fortnite's installing. This window came up to explain what's happening. What next? So I guess I'll leave that to bake in the back burner. Or to bake in the oven. And while that happens, we can actually launch Godot and do some game development. Because I only need, like, 5 seconds of footage, really. I was thinking of just stealing somebody else's footage, but then I think that I don't think would actually legally count as transformative. Because if you just take somebody's gameplay footage and use it as gameplay footage, you're not doing something differently with it. That's not fair use. However, I'm banking on the idea that having Fortnite footage in my game does not violate copyright. Especially if the footage is really grainy and low bitrate and low frame rate. Is that gonna... I'm concerned about this window. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something with this. Oh wait, no, but Fortnite's installing. Okay, so that'll be doing its thing. But okay, what are the other things that I need? I wanted to fix, this should be pretty easy. I'm just going to put that fade UI behind the pause menu. No, that's not what I want. Why did I type YouTube? Okay, so which one is that? Basically, when we start the game, there's a fade in. Is that in the player, actually? Why would that be in the player? Am I stupid? Because basically, the issue that I'm having is, when the screen fades from black to gameplay, when you pause the game, the pause menu is also faded. And worse, you can't actually click on anything because the rectangle takes over the mouse. Why is this? Take your time, Godot. See, this wouldn't be an issue if I was using Epic's Fortnite Unreal creation engine thing. Yeah, well, I know somebody who's actually making, like, paid content in the Fortnite engine. Because that's like a new, basically, business model. And he says it sucks. But I think that's also kind of just inevitable. Like, I think all game engines are bad. Yeah, why did I do it like this? Am I stupid? Why would I put this in front of everything? No, what this should be is the UI should have the fade in, because this should be right betwixt the two. So that means the pause menu would be here. Like that. And that will make that better. And then what we can have is UI. I'm going to have... So yeah, now we need the world to do something. Because originally it was what plays this. Fade? Fade animation player. Okay, so what we're going to do is... p.ui.fadeIn. Let's just call it that. And then we should also await p.ui.started up. So basically what it's going to be is this fade in will now do all of this stuff. Actually, can we do an await here? Because, yeah, I think we can do that by just doing a function fade in. Where do I want to put this? I'll just put it at the bottom. I don't give a shit. What am I going to do? Alphabetize my fucking functions? Fade animation player dot... Or let's do var a equals that. A dot play startup. A dot await animation finished. Return true. So yeah, now we have our cool async function. And once we actually get all this stuff here... Oh wait, I didn't even need to click on it. I'm stupid. Oh well. Okay, close everything. I don't know what's happening. Which also takes like 40 seconds, but oh well. Okay, so we just await for that. Actually, let's make sure... Yeah, okay, nothing there is important. So yeah, we just await our skip startup thing. And then we don't play this. Oh yeah, and we don't have that anymore. p.ui.fade out. Wait, what? Hang on, I'm going to call this startup. And then we're going to call this fade in. Because it seems like I had like forgotten what these do. So yeah, this is going to be startup. And then function fade in. Let's get this here. Play, fade in. Not fade, I guess. Okay. Would there be anywhere else that this would cause issues? Why do I keep clicking back and forth? I guess it's because in Godot 3, when you clicked back and forth, it would automatically set your focus to the current scene script. But okay, let's do fade. Okay. So that was the only place where that was actually used. Good. So I think this should just work. And what this means is now, when it should fade in and out exactly the same way. I'm actually confused as to why I needed to wait for the animation to be done. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm realizing. Did this animation player have anything else? No, okay, good. Wait, so why is this, yeah, why do we have to wait for this animation to be done? Oh, I get it, okay. I understand now. Because we use this startup animation, okay, because we set the day-night cycle to be really fast. Because basically the whole point of this startup is to make sure the shaders are compiled, because Godot loves to not compile shaders and like freeze the game at random points when anything shows up on screen. And so what this does is it locks the camera seeing the whole scene. And then it does the day-night cycle at least once by setting the day-night speed to be really fast and then waiting for this startup animation. So it just waits 3 seconds, fading in, fading out. And then once that's done, we then do this fade in again. In fact, we can do this. In fact, so when we start up, we hide first, and then we show. And we could actually we could wait for the fade in to be done. You know, I'm going to do that actually. And then we're just going to show. Because that explains why that was kind of janky. But okay, so now we have the UI, which should be invisible until the game is completely faded in. Oh wait, but that's going to cause issues with yeah, that oh wait. Yeah, okay, let's just put that back there. We don't need this then. But okay, try this one more time. So I think what I might want to do is also, if we pause, the UI is then visible. Yeah, because... Oh, wait, I should probably just make it so that you can't pause there. So we're just going to have, like, a... var can... Or, like, starting up equals false. We're just going to have that down here. Starting up equals false. Because, yeah, this is another bug that I need to fix, where you can pause while the game is loading. And so what we're going to do is, I think we have function input. Yeah. If starting up return false. Or no, return. We don't have any input there. And that means that now we won't be able to pause in this scene, which is good. Because it's confusing, because the UI is invisible, and I don't want to have a whole system where I select, where I enable the UI during this little bit. Okay, good. And then when it fades in, we can do that, and I can still click on things like that. Another thing I want to fix, actually put that in here, stutter when UI elements are visible for the first time. I'm going to put that, That's going to be a busy day. Sprinklers, car junkyard, simple textures. I think here we can do that. So we can troubleshoot, like, troubleshoot stutter when, showing UI for the first time. I think it might be another shader compiler issue, which seems insane to me because, like, why on earth would UI have to compile its shaders at runtime instead of just compiling them, like, when it's loaded? Or, like, at render time or whatever it's doing? Oh, yeah. You can hear the little sound effects now. It does still have the issue where positional audio gets like several thousand times louder as you get like, if you put your ear right up next to where it starts. So if I do like this. Thankfully it's not like uncomfortably loud, but it's just noticeably louder depending on where the camera is. So what I might actually want to do is have the audio listener on the camera's, on Kitty. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna do that. Well, no, but then the issue is, I wonder if there's a way to set it so that only one camera has the, like, only the player camera has the audio listener at the player. Because, yeah, what I'm thinking of doing is basically, this is the player's center. So if we do audio listener 3D here, the problem is I don't want to have the camera, Yeah, I don't want to have to set the audio listener and manage that with the camera, because there's times when we switch to a camera for a cutscene, and I want the audio to switch to that camera's point of view rather than staying at Kitty. I'm pretty... this is going to be a fun day with Godot crashing. Okay, let's see. Also, it's nice that Epic Games launcher is using 25% of my CPU. Just like sitting here, literally doing nothing, just standing here. I guess because it's installing Fortnite. Okay, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, okay, it's still installing. So that, I forgive you. But okay, now I need to figure out how to, like, manage all this crap. But okay, so it seems like I've talked about it before. For some reason, sometimes switching from the Godot editor to the Godot game causes a horrendous freeze up of my whole computer, and then OBS and Godot crash. And I still think it's somehow directly related to this monitor, because because I've had similar issues where my computer will run at like 1 frame every like 15 seconds, but only when I disable my main monitor and only use this monitor that you're seeing now. None of that matters. Okay. Do we at least have... So, did the camera stuff get in here? Because I guess it doesn't really matter yet. No, you know what? I'm going to put that in somewhere else, because we got too much stuff to do. So just say, like, figure out, or like, put audio listener in appropriate place. So, like, at the player when using the player's camera, with the cutscene camera. And that will be very difficult because I'll have to just manage like 5 different variations of the same state. So yeah, delete that. Don't need that. Take your time, Godot. While we're at it, I would love to profile the saving, because I swear to God, it's like completely random how long it takes to save scenes. And it can just be like, 30 seconds or like half a second. But okay, I need to move all my stuff to where I want it to be. But okay. Did I actually do something? Faded. Yes, I did that. Oh wait. This is what I wanted. Yeah. Okay, I see. Wait. There's a bunch of stuff here that I don't recognize. What did I do? House right, W floor, in door int W. These should not have... Okay, I think that's because the right house hasn't been re-imported. Wait, house? Decor, Weston, right. Wait, has the world not been re-imported? What the fuck is this? Hang on. World house right, okay. It's because the right house hasn't been re-imported. So if I re-import this, that should fix those houses not having the appropriate things set up. Because yeah, basically these houses here should not have these scripts at all. I guess let's just check other things as well. Because yeah, we got the things that I actually changed. Then we got a bunch of stuff that doesn't affect anything. Okay. Okay, and this is just from removing that stuff. Man, animations are really inefficient. What? When did this change? Root name player. Reset point equals this. Position that. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, because I don't want to change a bunch of stuff randomly. Yeah, you can see the player change. A bunch of things just change sporadically because it's unstable. Okay. So basically what was happening was these had an outdated script for the doors in here. And I forgot that this house was actually like, it's not a unique scene. Okay, and now it has that. Okay, and now it's still wrong. But we can fix some of this stuff. So like basically this should be Linda house unlocked. Why is this house? Oh, because we don't need the editable children anymore. Well, this doesn't actually matter. But I will set these as not editable. Because yeah, basically all of these now should have Linda house unlocked. Because I've actually improved my thing here. Did that? Okay, there we go. Okay, anything else that's weird now? Okay, it seems like now it's removed all of those nulls. Okay, good, and we got that fixed. And we don't need wwall int w07, whatever that is. Because that used to be this one, actually. And I think that's because that used to have something there. Let's see if I can find it. Linda Black key found. And then I think the other one is the piano. We could figure out what I want to do with the piano. Because, like, I don't know why this thing needs to be editable from here. Like, what do we do? Is it this? No. Yeah, I don't think we actually do anything with this. Yeah, I'm just going to have that not be editable either. Okay. Some bug fixes. Oh yeah, welcome back. I didn't pay attention to the chat. Today, once Fortnite is installed, that'll be our agenda for today. Oh, it's verifying. It's 90%. Oh, thank you. Yeah. What I'm doing now. So, improve frame for sliding door, sound for sitting. Yeah, basically, I need about 15 seconds of Fortnite gameplay footage, and then I'm going to integrate that into the game. And then I think, let's see, what else do we need? We need turning on the lamp. I could do that. Yeah, I think a lot of these sound effects I'm going to do off stream. Basically, this one. Sound effect for scoring a goal. Sounds for turning on the lamp. I can just record those. Improve door frame for sliding door. That is Blender Westonhouse. Because, yeah, I specifically mean this door should have an actual frame. Wait, hang on. Before I get too lost in this, why did I not... Oh, I see. I see why I didn't apply this. And actually... Oh, wait, no. I think that's fine. Is this what I want? I'm trying to figure out if I want... Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to deal with those. I'm just going to add a little cube right here. Because yeah, I just want an itty-bitty little step to make the frame make sense. There we are. Nope, wrong one. Okay. Now we have ever so slightly better frame. That does mean, though, that I think this should be changed to... Wait, does this have, like... Why does this have, like, a double edge here? What is that? Yeah, okay, I'll just dissolve that vertex then. Okay. Because I think, yeah, this is the door frame, which moves this way. Why did I not add, like, a little bit of a frame around it, then? I guess I'll just do that. In fact, what I'll do is go even further. Take your time, Godot. 0.0, no, 0.1? Okay, that feels about right. Now the main thing is, what the heck is this? Okay. Everything is purple and I can't see. Okay, there we are. So if we actually like move this appropriately. There we are. Okay. Let's go back to the Weston house. And eventually I need to move the right house to be entirely its own entity. In fact, I should probably do that before the game releases, but or no, before the demo releases. In fact, I'm going to put that as a add visibility zone for, yeah, let's do that. Add, or like split out right house. So that way, basically, the interior of this house will be invisible until the player gets up close to it. What the fuck happened here? Why did this biplane not work? Why did the biplane material disappear? Why did this happen? What? It exists. My work is never finished. I've built my house on a foundation of sand. Also, we should add some cool stuff. I'll figure that out later. We got so much stuff to do. Okay, we did that. Let's double check. I'm not a fan of how much stuff is, like, breaking. Okay, interesting that it doesn't seem to have reflected here. Why is this not correct? Because this should be... First of all, this is supposed to have the noise. Second of all, this is in the wrong position. This door scanner should be here, so that way the door, like, opens when the player, like, walks into it. And also, the door should probably be wider, if I'm being honest. Like, it doesn't... It's weird that, like, they have this enormous window, and then, like, one... like micrometer of it is actual doorway. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff that should be better. I think giving myself a hard deadline definitely, like, suddenly casts into, like, sharp relief all of the things that I could be doing better. And all of the things that I actually did want to be, like, done. What the fuck? What the fuck happened to my door? I didn't change the position of it. Why is it here? Okay, well, if the door is completely fucked, then, like, let's actually fix it. Because, like, first of all, this whole portion here, so let's just do that. Or I know what to do. This should move appropriately. Oh, not quite. So I'm just gonna make this like half a meter bigger. Negative 0.5. Okay. So yeah, now the door is gonna be a half meter wide. This. Wait, then what the fuck is this? Door 2, door. So then who was phone? What is this? What does any of this mean? Why is this here? Oh, I see. That's the window. Well, then just make this. Yeah, I don't think this actually does what I want it to do. Because I don't think this has even a window. Am I like... Man, I'm just gonna make this a window S body. Or no. Window kinematic. And then I'm gonna parent that to this thing. Alright, I should probably not change that until I've actually changed this. Actually, I have a good idea. Get these two. Okay, there, and then that'll center the door. And then we can do 0.25. That feels good. It's not quite centered, but that's fine. Okay. So now the actual process will be like this moves that way. Okay. And then what I can do is I'm going to remove the actual door animation here and just redo that. And this way the door will be an appropriate size, and it should actually work now, and it looks like it has a frame that's proper and makes sense. And it should be simpler. I don't know why I had like 3 different window things there. Or like where the window for the door that was originally there went. Take your time, Godot. Like, what is it actually doing? Okay, it does seem to be doing something. I don't know how it's taking so long to do a thing that it always does in like 1 second. It's just I think it just genuinely uses a random number generator to figure out how long each operation should take. But okay. Then we get this thing. This is our window. Is it parented appropriately? Why is it not actually like, hang on. Like, first of all, why? Wait, hang on. Oh, I see. Because that's using glass panel, when this should be noise. And then this should be glass panel. Okay, and then Get this back. Oh, and I see. And the reason that I had separate meshes for here and here was because I wanted to have two separate things. Actually, what I can do is I can literally just get this. And then we can just have like a... Hang on. Where is... Oh, I see. Let's try that. Basically just have two windows. Oh, and it takes 10,000 quadrillion years to actually load the scene for some reason. I don't get it. Is it like a hard drive issue? Maybe my new hard drive is slower? Wait, no, but my new hard drive isn't what this game is on. Oh, maybe it's these errors. Yeah, maybe it's the fact that there's like 18,000 errors. Okay, I will wait patiently for this. I also have a like Atkins nutrition like meal bar, which is basically just a Snickers but with like sugar alcohol instead of actual sugar. So what's going wrong with this? Yeah, basically that's what's in Coke Zero, for example. And you can actually taste, there is sort of that similar, I don't know what I'd call it, that feeling of alcohol in your mouth. You can get that from Coke Zero a little bit, but it doesn't actually get you drunk, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, they're like, I'm not sure how they're made. But I know the whole gimmick is they're sweet, but they also don't have the like same taste. But they don't actually affect calories. But it does seem like they're, because at least on this one, they count as carbs. So I'm curious if they still like have some sort of nutritional impact. Okay, yeah. The fact that there's 17,000 or 18,000 errors is the issue here. Let's see what these errors actually are. Oh, the operation requires the node cache to be built. Can I check what that actually means? I don't know what that means. So can I like build the node cache before I do something? So this operation requires the node cache to have been built. I mean, it's literally a thing here. Let's check Google. Also receiving this error without clear cause. Okay, it's nice to know that this has been an error for 2 years. With no response from the developers. So once they pop up, they have to completely delete all instantiated scenes and re-import blend file without a custom import script to clear the issue. That is not acceptable. What if I close all tabs here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to here, go to our door, reset its position, go to our animation. So I'm just going to kind of ignore that error for now. Delete that, go back to the door again, reset it again. Okay, there we are. So now we have that. And now we have a door that actually makes sense. And I think what I'm going to do is close all tabs, clear all errors, try to import this again just to make sure that like maybe that's the issue, like having the scene open while it's, or like edited while it's being re-imported. It would make sense to me. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it seems to be something to do with having the scene live while it's operating. And also that means that we need... Oh, wait, no, we don't even need the window to have any special... Oh, wait, we do! Fuck. Oh, wait, no, we don't. Because this door should be marked as a transparent body. So this thing doesn't even need to have its own body. In fact, I'm just going to have this collision be 0. Because this whole door can be considered a transparent body. So yeah, we go to whatever I'm going to. This door. Or this door? Door body. So this is no longer that. This is going to be window body, door 2. Hang on. Go up to door 2. Can I figure this out? Can I negotiate to figure out where everything is? Also, why does it automatically expand every single node? Okay, I think it's going to be easier to find it in here. Door 2, window. Okay, this one. Okay. All of this to say that I should be able to take photos through the windows. And we should also have, let's see. Trying to think here. With this door scanner, Weston found, let's try, state, or, what am I going to do? Save, load, remove, or erase stat. Weston found, and I think we don't actually have methods directly on it. Okay. Okay, and it took 50,000 years for that to stutter there. Well, when it's locked, it's supposed to set the window to also collide with us. So let's go to window, locked. Collision window locked. Can see through but not move. World, let's just go to live debug. So while has method debug, let's do, so show info recurse. So what I'm going to do is else show standard properties box. So what this is going to be is obj. So show standard or function show standard properties box obj node if p.usage and usage flags. So property usage editor. We're going to do a box.property obj p.name. Okay. Basically what I want is when we click this, we see all this stuff. And now what I actually need here is a scroll container for my little boxes. Let's do that as well. How do I make these actually? Yeah, where the heck do I create this thing? Panel container new. So get box. Var scroll equals try scroll container. Okay, and then panel.add child scroll. Alright, no, that's fine. No, I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm going to put that in my to-do list, though, for later. That'd probably be after June, though. So let's say if I can get to it. Make scroll, or make live debug box use scroll container. Because what I need right now is basically just to see the collision mask collision layer. And so that should work with the player, because the player's collision mask should be in here. Oh wait, why do we use... Oh, I see. We're in the details body, not the actual main body. That's an issue. Oh wait, no. We have that here. Standard body. But we don't have the actual things that I need to see, which would be player body, collision layer, and 128. So like we collide with this thing. It should collide with us. But it doesn't. Because of course it doesn't. Because there's something. I don't know what it is. Okay. But if we go to player, body, collision, mask, and so the collision layer for this thing oh wait, no, we should do collision layer and 160. That's correct. So we collide with the player. What? Is that the issue? Wait, what is this thing supposed to collide with? So this is the collision mask. Maybe it's because this thing needs to also have the collision layer for... So collision layer, mask rigid. Maybe we need to add mask rigid here. Like that. But only when we do locked stuff. But I don't think that's... Okay. That did work, though. So that's good enough for me. Okay, but let's also now add back save load, add stat. So that unlocks the door again. Wait, why can we examine this door? Oh, we could... Why are some of these doors examinable now? I'm gonna die. Okay, just put that as a bug fix. Doors are interactable for a little bit, even when they have no dialogue. How is there always, like, new bugs? There's always new bugs. Oh, wait, no. Alright. What did I change? Because it changed something with the scene, changed nothing with the scene, I guess. So just list out every property if there's no go debug. Oh, wait, no. Go back to that. Because if we don't push this, then it won't be pushed. Okay. What did we change here? What did we learn? Okay. So that was just for the door frame. But okay, sounds for turning on the lamp, sound for that, sound for sitting. Okay. I think now it's time to actually get our not Fortnite footage. So we're gonna launch Fortnite. Close all this stuff because I think it's gonna, like, given the technical quality of the Epic Game Store, and that it took like 4 tries to actually log in. Oh, and of course I have to install Easy Anti-Cheat. Okay. Exciting. My coffee is ice cold. I guess that's, you could consider that a nice thing. I had hot coffee, and now I get to enjoy a nice iced coffee. Because this room is like 45 degrees somehow. Okay, exciting. And it's optimizing the content. Huh. This feels weirdly cheap looking. Just the static PNG in like the box rectangle. Maybe it's because it's just like the most basic thing. Oh, there we go. This is exciting, folks. Welcome to the world, the wonderful world of Fortnite. We're gonna be default dancing and jonesing. How much do I want to actually play? I need to get some... Do I need to get funny footage? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get just very basic footage. And then, I'm trying to figure out what I want. Because, yeah, the main thing that I'm thinking of is I want the clear difference between Apollo's playstyle, where he actually knows, like, how to play the video game, and then Kitty's playstyle, where she has literally never held a video game controller before. And I think what I might do is I might do the exact same thing that my niece and nephew did, where they could not use one analog stick and another differently. I'm going to turn that off voice chat. I like this character, very promising there. But how do I customize my character? Why is it running at like 8 FPS? What? I don't need this shit. I want to customize my character. Is it the locker? How do I change my character? Maybe here? There we go. Am I such a boomer that, like, my computer is, like... I didn't even know Fortnite could run at such a low frame rate. Okay. Where's the, like, button to play the video game? I feel like... That's the power of a 1660 GTX. On a boomer computer. Also the fact that I'm running the streaming software on the same computer. But yeah, because I thought Fortnite ran on, like, phones. Is my computer now so out of date that it can't even run on phones? Or that it's, like, less powerful than, like, the iPhone or whatever? Maybe they've become complacent because they haven't been optimizing for phones because of the lawsuit. But admittedly, it makes it funnier that it runs so badly. But then again, wait, it doesn't really matter. Because, yeah, I'm going to be compressing it down to like 15 FPS anyway. Hang on. Let's see, graphics, Yeah, how am I such a boomer? You know what, I want to show the FPS markers. I was able to run Elden Ring. I was able to stream Elden Ring. Why is Fortnite, like, crumpling and dying? I could play Elden Ring at, like... I think it was a pretty consistent 30, at least, when I was streaming. Is Fortnite just really the most demanding game that's ever been made? Alright, well, I don't know how to, like, play. But that's okay. I think I can figure it out. Except for the fact that I haven't, Wait, how do I... Okay, hang on. We need controls here. I need to invert my Y-axis. How do I do that? Alright, well... Yeah, it's... Ah, well. This is that fabled Unreal Engine optimization I've been hearing about. Okay, so clearly a team there. Well, that was easy. I feel bad for these kids. I just sat around the corner. That was like fucking... Okay. Oh, wait. Is this a bot match, though? How do I... Yeah, this does feel like, bots. What's this? Yeah, it's funnier to think that it's like 8-year-olds who just like walked around the corner and just both got mauled. Like, well, surely he's left by now. Yeah, I'll switch. Oh, wait, no. I need, this. I know how the Borderlands rarities work. Wait, why do I have this character off in the distance? But yeah, I think that'll just be the gameplay that I have. Maybe just me sitting there. My boomer ass can't handle the non-inverted viewport. Hang on. Can I set that in here somewhere? Building tutorial. Is it in like extra game options? Oh wait, I see. They use the controller for the game options. Awesome. Okay. Well, invert controller view. I want just vertical inversion though. Okay, I think that just applies to vertical. Save those settings. Okay. Let's get Kitty's gameplay now. But yeah, so that'll be Apollo's gameplay of just standing in the corner shooting people as they come across, and I'll just loop that footage to seem like he's just been doing that for like forever. And he... I think it'd be really funny if I somehow can edit it together to make it look like he gets a, like, victory royale just from doing that. Like, every single person, one at a time, has come across the corner. But okay. How do we... I wonder if I can do something here while I'm waiting. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I'll show you how my nieces and nephews played it. They would play video games like this, and they would just like do this for a bit. Yeah, they were... Well, yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna go into this corner. Maybe the cool triangle. Oh, does it auto-deploy so that I don't, like, die instantly? I think here is a perfect spot for us. Ouch. But okay, let's get some stuff, so that way we can pretend that, like, Apollo was playing for a little bit. Oh. Ah, dang. I didn't take him down. Alright, well, let's see. Actually, how do I revive if I don't have a teammate? That's curious. Oh, wait, oh, is that a randomly assigned teammate, actually? Ah, well. Yeah, because I don't think... Oh, I see. I actually do have teammates. Are any of these people even, like, in the same zip code, or are they... But yeah, you can see from all of them having the same naming scheme that they're almost certainly all bots. Because yeah, they all have like the one or two random words and then the numbers. I mean, this could basically just be the gameplay footage. Actually, now I'm noticing, I think the game has significantly improved its frame rate. I think it might have been actual, like, shader, stutter, jitter. What are these, like, 50 quadrillion noises happening? Okay, if you have Unity up in the background, yeah, that makes sense. Because, yeah, I gave it the best shot with hiding the Godot engine in my other game. I wonder if I'll get rebooted. Alright, let's watch the other guy. Now I'm trying to think, what are some other things that I can think about while I'm watching? Because I'm distracted by the video game now. But yeah, I think what I need is just one more match where I actually play as Kitty and then probably die immediately because she would not be able to even do anything. Is that noise what plays every single time a character switches, like just spectator? Okay, well, hopefully, like, something happens in the next, like, eventually. Do I need to be here? How do we leave the game? Yeah, return to lobby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can use that because I did also need footage of the other person playing. Well, nice. Let's see. Nah, I won't bother with those. Because, yeah, they're trying to do a thing where they make Fortnite into, like, a Roblox-like. And I think one of the issues is I think Fortnite just doesn't have, like, as flexible of a mechanic set as Roblox. Because Roblox is, like, very, like, physics-based, for example. Where I don't think Fortnite has the same, like, physics relationship. Mm-hmm, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going for, because they saw how much money Fortnite was making, and they're like, we want to do the same thing. But they're kind of going about it in a very hokey way, where basically they design games, and then any tools that they need to make the game, then they make those available to other people. But they tend to be pretty narrow, from what I've heard from people who create stuff in Fortnite. So, like, for example, they made, like, a racing game. And so now, and only now, you can make a racing game in Fortnite. But you have to do it in a very similar way to how they did it, because their tools aren't really flexible enough to, like, put your own spin on it, really. Because with Roblox, well, actually, I am curious how Roblox development works, because I've seen kids make games in Roblox, which to me seems crazy because it seems so complicated from what I've seen of it. Like, the actual scripting is, like, very difficult to do, especially compared to Godot. But I suppose it's because you can just make the maps out of, like, blocks much more easily, and you can make, like, basic interactions. I don't even know how to taunt. How do I taunt, actually? That's going to be important to figure out. Oh, yeah. Okay, we do need the default taunt. Okay. So I should probably figure out, like, where my teammates are going. Okay, and they're the same teammates as before, so definitely bots. Like Oak Tuna. But okay, this time I'm gonna actually, like, pretend to play as Kitty. Which means that I probably shouldn't even be next to my teammates, but oh well. Maybe Apollo plays for a little bit and then hands it off to Kitty. Ooh. Okay, it's kitty time. This is Kitty's epic gameplay. Okay, now we... Okay, I've gotten the footage. Do I even need to be here? Nah, I don't need to be here. Alright. That's our epic gameplay footage. I've pressed Alt F4. Let's see if that works. Okay. And then I need to cut the recording. Okay. And then kill Epic Game Store. Okay. So now we need like a bit of mux. But yeah, the main thing that we're going to need now is to extract that beautiful footage. Okay. My pet peeve with software that always sets, or that this always lists that there's an update available, but when you click the download link, it just sends you to the web page to figure it out yourself. And it's like, I don't want to like go through the install process again. If you're going to have the tools to tell me when an update is available, the least you could do is just like send a web request to get the correct executable and then just run the installer. But maybe I'm a boomer. But okay, let's get that clip where I just killed the kids lining up, because that was funny. Okay. And then I'm going to get the clip where I was default dancing. Oh yeah, we don't need audio. Let's see. I might do that. Yeah, I think that's a good place to start the footage, and then we can have... Yeah, that feels about like a 9-year-old playing. I think I've gotten rusty with shooters as well. Or maybe it's because it doesn't feel like it has much aim assist, and I'm a Halo kid. But okay. And then I want to have something where it looks like I loop and like do it again. Okay. That feels like about the right place there. And then I think I'm going to try to make it look like I actually get from here to here. Let's try this. So, Kitty found a camera. No, I'm going to put this here still. Fortnite clip on. And then I'm going to do none of this. We don't need any of this stuff. I wonder if I should make this smaller so it's not so... For some reason, anytime I like move the window here, it changes size. It's very weird. But okay. So this will probably be like one of the first clips we have of like, we're not in the game yet. This is just Apollo showing Kitty how the game is. Okay, that feels good. Clip 2. And then, oh wait. Oh yeah, and I do need like another spectating clip, I think. So I think, yeah, I think this is like the moment where Kitty starts playing, where she immediately looks down and can't figure out how to do anything. Okay, that approximates a 4-year-old's gameplay, I think, pretty well. Fortnite clip 3. And then, yeah, we need a spectator. Okay. Fortnite clip 4. Okay, so now I need to remember how to use FFmpeg to change the bitrate of a video. Let's do that. And actually, let's get our music back. FFmpeg bitrate. Oh, we need to have Anubis. Okay. BV specifies the target average bit rate for the encoder, min rate, max rate, buff stuff. Okay. So I'm going to say new open a terminal. I'm going to try to do this in a fancy one-liner. ls. How do we get PowerShell filter? I think it's where object dot or underscore dot name PowerShell starts with. Okay, you can do just dot starts with. And then we do each object and that'll be FFmpeg Actually, let's just echo these files first. Each object. Oh, is it for each object? Okay, good. So now we can do FFmpeg So we need the file. I think it's just name. BV. Oh wait, no, it's dash VB. No, it is dash BV. We're gonna do 256K. That'd be funny. And then I think it's filter V. Man, I'm gonna go. Okay. How did I use this before? Where did I use this before? I'm trying to remember what I've done. Clip. Okay, I'm just going to change FFmpeg frame rate. Yeah, there's these filters V, FPS equals 30, whatever. And then we can also have, I believe in here, yeah, we can do, oh, can we do size here? No, that doesn't make sense. Okay. FFmpeg resolution. Scaling. Yeah, and then we can have -1 be any of the dimensions, so we can change the size of this. I think I'm going to do filter the yeah, scale equals, let's say -1 to 56 pixels. And then frame rate should be, let's say 12. Oh, whoops. FFmpeg. Oh, and then we need to have, hang on. Dot base name dot, what videos does Godot support? Hang on. We need to get Godot back again. Because, yeah, I've totally forgotten what videos it supports. Go back to... Kitty found a camera. Oh, and then we should also disable audio. Because, yeah, we don't need any audio at all for these for now. FFmpeg audio. Disable video, or disable audio. Let's see that. So map C ANVN. Okay. So you just do dash AN. And then we're gonna do is it WebM? MP4 video. OGV, okay. See if that works. I think I could make the bitrate even worse. I'll see about that. And actually, let's change the... I had to play Fortnite for this one. I'm going to change the stream title. Because no more Fortnite. But okay. So now we should have these beautiful videos. Okay. And then I want to see if it loops relatively seamlessly. I think it'd be really funny if it just feels like I'm constantly like, yeah, okay, that works well enough. Where it feels like I'm just like constantly aggroing someone around the corner and then just shooting them one at a time. Okay. So we actually start with this video clip. Do I want to have... I guess that's fine enough. Oh, and then we needed to actually have this one clipped to... Hang on. We need to go back to Vidimux. Oh, we don't have a demuxer for it, though. Okay, I need to change the clipping for FFmpeg Fortnite clip 3. How do we start it? I need to figure out what frame I want to start on. I think about here. Yeah, so let's say exactly 3 seconds. That feels about right. So FFmpeg start time. FFmpeg S start. I think that's what that is. Okay, yeah, I think I can do that. 0003. And then we just do Fortnite clip 3 clipped OGB. Let's see if this one starts at the correct time. Okay, yeah. How big are these files? Okay, we don't need that one. Let's make sure that clip 4 makes sense as well. I'd prefer to skip that like 1 second of footage there, so we're gonna do 01 for this one. Actually, we're gonna just do second 2. Okay. So now we don't need clip 3 and clip 4. Oh wait, did I mess something up with Captain Deer? Oh, I see, because these are the MKVs. We don't need those either. So 1, 2, 3 clipped, 4 clipped, and then we don't need the original 3 and 4. Okay. Kitty found a camera. Project. Where the heck is this, actually? Stuff videos. Okay. And so now we can actually have some new videos here. Flat. Green. There. Fortnite dance. Let's actually call it game dance. So that was clip 2. Victory Royale. Or let's call this Apollo gameplay. And then, yeah, so we don't need this one at all, really. And then Kitty game. Oh, wait, no. We still need that there. Gameplay. In fact, let's sit our things down. So we've gotten the footage. And yeah, next step, integrate the footage. What am I looking for? This one? Yeah, this one. And then we have spectating. Or let's say yeah, gameplay. Okay. So now we go back to Apollo. Is this the right thing? No, this is Jack 4. Okay, so now what we do is we go to Apollo, not Fortnite. So actually, let's see. What do we want to have? I think game dance here. So main speaker watch, and then I'm going to do main speaker watch game Apollo gameplay. Okay. Kitty gameplay. Okay. Main speaker watch spectator gameplay or gameplay spectating. And then we're going to do another C play reverse shot. Okay. So let's see if that works. And I may need to reset Apollo's, or like fiddle with the game stats to redo this conversation. Yeah, we'll probably need to do that again. Play more Xbox? Yes. No, so this needs to be... So not Fortnite. This should be still Kitty... No, Apollo. Let's do that. Okay. And then I'm also going to strip away... Yeah, I'm going to remove that stat so we re-trigger this first conversation. Save load. State. Remove stat. Or erase stat. Why does this not have the collision? I'm going to also put that in here as like fix. Let's just say fix house collision with camera. Because yeah, the camera should not be clipping through all that. Okay, do you want to play more Xbox? I was supposed to... Huh? Hang on. So, I was supposed to erase this stat. Oh, wait, this is supposed to be playing. Or played. How did I, like, copy and paste the wrong text? Am I stupid? I'm starting to think that I'm, like, just kind of dumb. Okay, so, for example, why did that video not work? Video not found game dance. No, it should have been found. Oh, I bet you it's because the TV here has its own... Oh. Well, why is this different than the one that's in the thing? So if we go here, because we got this, like that. Is it because we need to re-import the house Weston? I betcha. There's all sorts of weird things with the, like, imported nested scenes. But okay. Now we have those separate. And so now I can do the audio for these separately, and that'd be good. So let's actually have that here as like that'll probably be another thing that I just do elsewhere, maybe. Hang on. Oh wait, no. I needed to just do it again. I needed to just erase the stat again. Okay. Save load. State. Erase stat. And then we save the game there. And then we talk to Apollo. Okay, that seems pretty good. And then... I think I want the video to change. So right here. So this is Kitty's epic gameplay. And then we should probably have Apollo playing more Fortnite when the exit starts. So what I'm going to do is main speaker. Speakler. I need to figure out, so when we save and exit there, what does Apollo do? Hang on. When we do a watch, cutscene player, grab camera, TV play. Oh, we can just do main speaker, TV play. What is it going to be? Apollo gameplay. So basically, Apollo will just be killing people around the corner over and over again. Okay, what happened there? Apollo gameplay. Okay. So yeah, Apollo can enjoy Fortnite. It might even need to be lower resolution though to make it feel to make it actually transformative. How would I want to do that? I'll keep it as it is. Okay, and then let's make the TV material while we're here. So if we go to the flat screen, I'm just going to make this have just a black material. Noise. Unique. Just make it dark gray. Beautiful. That's what a TV is. Oh yeah, we can completely mess this up. Do I want the... Oh yeah, I don't need to do Mr. Hamster for this one. But okay, what else do I need today? Or what else can I do before I call it a stream? We've integrated the footage. Yeah, I'll have to figure out... I'm going to say, actually, not... I won't do the sound effects today. I'll call that done for today. I'll do that, like, here, maybe? Not Fortnite. Video sounds. Sound effect for scoring a goal. Sound effect for turning on the lamp. Yeah, let's look for, like, famous goal sound effects. Or, like... I want to get just like a good announcer. Nah, we need hang on. We need Portuguese. Meta? Okay. What? Oh wait, no, it's not the World Series. The World Series is baseball. Okay, let's see if we get some good sound effects. It does sound like there's like something right next to the microphone. Okay, that's a good one. Actually, I'm going to save that to something. I'll save it to watch later, I guess. Because I might use that for the big cutscene or something like that. Actually, wait, what is that? What does it sound? So, Victoria. Hmm. Okay, we need to see the goal. Alright, where's the announcer? Because, yeah, I want to cut a good... Maybe it's just very early on, actually. Nope. This one's too much of like a documentary. I might have to figure that out later. Okay, what else can I do on stream for this? YouTube? No. I keep doing that. Bubble. I think I want a bubble sound effect for one of these. Hang on. Not that one. Okay, this is the perfect sitting sound. So we go to kitty. No, player. So what is that? Bubble 3? Okay. Sound. Okay. Export var sound. Sit. Okay. Play. I'm gonna say state. Or states sound sit. Maybe like that. And hopefully that, okay, that works there. And that means that here somewhere I can do this. And I'm going to turn up the brightness of my monitor. And let's activate standing mode. Okay, and I also should have... Oh, wait, no. The jumping sound is perfectly fine for that. What sound effect do I want for sitting down? Or no, for the time advancing. We could do something with a clock, maybe? Why did that not work? Oh, because we don't have the sit sound effect still. Yeah, if we go to sounds here, I didn't actually like put the bubble 3. There we go. Okay. And then I should also make sure the birds don't chirp at night as much. So I'm going to put that in the future somewhere. Okay. And yeah, for these, I'm just going to walk around turning on and off my lamp. Actually, I can do that right now. I can unscrew my lamp. Hang on. Or my light. Or my microphone. Whatever the hell I'm doing. Okay, yeah, because I'll think about... yeah, we got sitting. Time speeds up. Hmm. I'm thinking some sort of swooshing sound with like a clock that ticks and it ticks faster. Yeah, okay, I'll think about that. I'm gonna do the lamp sound though first. Let's get Audacity. And I think I don't have to even like unplug my microphone or anything. I can just like go over to the lamp. Okay, hang on. I'll mute myself as I fiddle with the microphone. Okay, microphone is detached. Let's try this. Okay, a lot of noise in that, but I think that's because I'm holding it and also it's like, just a busy room. Okay, I'll screw this back in and then I'll edit the audio. I'm still astonished how badly Fortnite performed on this computer. As far as I understand it, the GTX 1660 is basically like a 2060 without the ray tracing. And you'd think Fortnite would still be... I guess a 2060 is pretty old now. But oh well. Such is the advancement of time. I don't really like that sound effect. It's too high pitched. What else do we got that I could do? We got like a pocket knife here. I honestly prefer that sound, I think. Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna record that. Okay, let's hear some of these. No, there's too much reverb on those. Yeah, that's like, yeah, those are loud. Yeah, I think these are the... Do I have strong opinions on lamp sounds? I like that one. There's a bit more than just like one click to it. Okay, so this is going to be now whatever the heck I'm looking for. 13 project. Okay, what the heck am I doing? Sound? Environment? Lamp? Okay. And we don't need any of those. Okay, lamp. How do I want these to function? I think the switch here... Oh, this is just a generic interactable? Huh. I guess I can do, on ghost entered, ghost exited, flicker. Huh. How is this set up? Is it? So, oh, okay, here. Apply. Yeah, let's just have export var sound audio stream equals I guess it'll just be audio. No. Preload sound slash environment slash lamp. Right, and I forgot I have to do this. There we go. Because if I have the open quote, it'll fuck up everything. But okay, there we go. And then what we can do is also have audio stream, player 3D. Oh, audio player. Okay. So when we apply if audio stream, or if player dot stream equals, actually we literally don't need this because we can just have the stream player itself set this. I'm just gonna have the sound played from here. Or no, let's just have that. In fact, I have an even better idea. which is we have this attached to here, and then we have this have a script, and that's going to be like sound activate. And that's going to be another thing in here. Activate, and then that's going to be export for interactable. And then function ready if not interactable. And, or let's do var p equals get parent if p is interactable equals p. So what we can do now is we can just have this configure all of its stuff. And this will be like, I don't know, 0 there, 2 there, so basically now, instead of having the lamp itself control whether it's, you know, lit up and stuff, we just compose this in so we can go to all of these lamps. Well, we can go to the ones that would actually have this here. So yeah, because now the switch will have that. Oh wait, but I forgot to actually have that do anything. If interactable, we will then do interactable dot interacted connect play. Actually, make play. And that'll be stop play. And eventually, if we want some sort of randomized pitch, we can do that. Yeah, now, eventually we can also have this for light switches. In fact, we can do that now. Well, we can do that for those things, but for now what I want is basically this. Oh wait, that's not. Wait, hang on. Didn't I have another light switch? Yeah, we did have another light switch. So yeah, now eventually I can set these to have a unique sound anytime you hit them. But let's see if this actually works. Because yeah, I've been trying to sort of get more into the habit of composing nodes together when I need behaviors like those. But okay, let's test here with the lamp. Okay. That sounds like a lamp. Okay, sound effect for scoring the goal, NPC talk sound. So I think, am I going to be able to do every guy today? I'll do duration. Player. Old man. Follow. Who else do we even have here? Mrs. Weston. Are there even other characters in the demo area? I think those are all of them. Okay, but we can also do the coding. So yeah, I think what it's going to be is do not announce punctuation. And I'll have to figure out if I want to do one sound or several sounds for characters. Okay, let's go to bubble. Because now what I actually need is when we process a thing here. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. Because yeah, we used to do when we show text. Or no, that's not when we show text. Start rollout. That's what we're doing. Okay. And so each character will need to have a unique sound effect for their speech bubble. And I think what I might eventually do is just give each character a speech bubble node. And then it's like fully customized for them. So because what we need now is we also need like a text sound effect. So I'm just going to put that as export var text or sound text stream. And yeah, eventually I might even have, like, as I said before, letter by letter sound, or like unique sounds for different letters. But for now, what I'm going to do is try to figure out how to make the text roll out. So I think we don't have this rollout tween anymore. We just have rollout active. Rollout count int. And so when rollout is active, that's going to be rollout count is less than, I think we're just going to have this here. We're just going to do that. Interesting that it like died, crippled and died. Okay. We're going to have to figure out how to make rollout work. Because yeah, now the rich text will be, so start rollout time per character. Do we have, I guess we would just have like var rollout time float per character. And I'm going to do like equals 0.025 maybe. And then what we can do here is just make this equal to 0.025 or something like that. Okay. Rollout time equals time per character. Okay, because now what we need to do is we need to have process here also do things with the bubble. So I'm going to do if not track delta and not rollout. Delta set process false. And then we're going to have function track delta. And then we don't have that there. Oh, and there should be a bool. Okay. And then we return true here. Okay. So yeah, now we're going to have, just two different sub-process events. Function rollout delta. We need an active time thing. So this is going to be var rollout timer equals 0.0. So basically timer plus equals delta if rollout timer greater than, or no, if not rollout active, return false. Basically, if we need to process. And then if rollout timer is greater than rollout time, rollout timer equals 0, add character. And we're going to return here, and then we're going to return, oh wait, no, return true. Okay. And basically add character will also do a bool. And this is going to be basically returning if we still need to process. So like returns if we still need to process more characters. But okay, I'm going to implement that as soon as I use the bathroom. Back in a minute. Okay, I know what I need to do. So we do... First of all, we actually need the raw text here. So I'm going to do full, or like a parsed text string. So whenever we set the text, or like a rich text, when do we set this? So we're going to do parse text equals rich text dot get parsed text. And then when we resize, we actually are not even going to use the rich text here. Oh wait, no, we do have to use it though. Okay, but instead of doing so font get string size control text, we're actually going to do get parsed text. I looked this up while I was in the bathroom because I was trying to figure out how to use this. But okay, we don't need actually that there here either. We're just going to do var text equals, or no, parsed equals rich text dot get parsed text, which hopefully doesn't recompute something every single time because we're going to be doing this a lot. We're just going to do rich text dot visible characters plus equals 1 var char equals parsed rich text dot visible characters minus 1. Oh wait, no. Gonna do that. Let's do actually if rich text dot visible characters is greater than or equal to rich text dot, or no, parsed dot length return false. So we have completed it. We don't need any more. Otherwise, we're going to return true. And we're going to do if, let's see, I need an audio stream player here. So we're actually going to do, you know, I'm just going to do var sound player, or like rollout sound player. And that's going to be SFX. Do like do, so yeah, if or sound rollout sound stop, rollout sound play. Oh wait, no. And char dot, let's say if is visible char, or should, let's say should say char string bool. So basically if char if char equals for t or trying to figure out how do we make it so that this is like alphanumeric. Turn false. Otherwise, turn true. You know, we could just say printable. Like, or like, let's do like constant unprint or unspoken. And I also need my fancy quotes. What? There we go. Okay. So yeah, none of the quotes, and then comma, dot, that. Shift requires, hang on, whatever. Okay, these are all the unspoken characters. And then what we're gonna do is here. Oh, I see. Okay, so we'll stop the rollout sound, and then we're gonna do. So we're just gonna return not in unsaid, or whatever it is. Okay, there we are. So yeah, now we have a simple thing showing all of the characters that will not be spoken. $sign as well. Anything else? Maybe dash? I think those are all the ones that we use. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a... what sounds do we have? Let's try something very simple. Yeah, because I don't want to use the bubble sounds because, or for this test, because we're not going to use those. Where's our piano? Okay, I'm going to use that one. Okay, let's see if this actually works. Basically, this should mean that the rollout will play a billion sounds. And then we can add itty-bitty little narration sounds and things like that. Oh, because the rollout start does not... Okay, hang on. Start rollout, set process true. And then here we don't need to bother with that. In fact, we can set this here, return false. Or when we do rollout and it's done. Wait, no. Don't mess with that, actually. Okay, but now it should actually start processing. I thought it would. Why do we not start the rollout? External resource, blah. Well, that's fine. So when do we actually do start rollout? Because we don't actually need this anymore. Oh, no, we do need that, actually. So start rollout active equals true, set process equals true. Track process. So if not track and not rollout, set process false. Test this and test rollout then. And actually we can set rich visible characters equals 0 here. Okay, there we are. Try that again. Okay, so we have this. Oh, but we did not. Oh, wait, hang on. That should be fine. Because, yeah, when we start the rollout, we do that. And that makes sense, so we don't set... Yeah, so we're not processed. And then we do this. Wait, why are we doing this again? Why do we keep set? Why is it constantly setting itself? How many times is it going to do this? Oh, it's because each one has to set the rollout to be false. Okay, and then when we speak, then we do that. And that, for some reason, does not enter into the process. Or that doesn't do rollout. Oh, I think it's supposed to be var r equals track delta. I think it's because there's short-circuiting. And we actually don't want short-circuiting. Okay, so it's going to be if not T and not R. There we go. That was the malfunction. And I think it's because I needed to do OR, but... Well, no. I just needed to do both. Regardless. So... Is this not playing? Oh, it's probably not because I don't have this set up. Try this again. Nope. And actually what we should do as well is we're going to have some punctuation, and that's going to have a punctuation weight. That'll be const punctuation weight equals 2.0. So basically punctuation will like double the amount of time that we take for the rollout. And that'll be var default. Or let's have this rollout time, and then we're going to have next rollout time. And next char time can be something else. So yeah, rollout time, next char time equals rollout time. And then we should also have our punctuation in here as it's const equals oh, my brother's back home. Hang on, I'm going to turn on the music again, and then I'm going to say hi to him. All right, I'm going to call it in about 30 minutes. So we're going to do, let's make all this stuff work. Dot, comma, exclamation point, that. So I'm just going to have all of these basically do things. So we're going to have the very Undertale thing of punctuation will last longer. Punctuation, wait, no, char, character, what am I doing here? Right, so now this is going to be next rollout, or next char time. And then, when we add a character, if ch in punctuation next char time equals rollout time times punctuation wait, else char time equals rollout time. All right. Let's try this again. And yeah, once we get this, I'm going to figure out... now I need to start figuring out how do I source the audio? I think it's just going to be like... Because it's, what is it, 25 millisecond audio clips that I need to use. So I'll just get some sort of, I'm literally just gonna like look at movies or something, or YouTube videos, and just get whatever sounds vaguely approximate the tone of the character's voice. But okay, let's go back to Westonhouse. Because actually, I said I was gonna leave in 30 minutes, it might be like now, because I am actually starving. But first things first, let's make sure everything works. So I think the code, yeah, the code is there. Let's see, I do have enough for the narration at least. So let's bring back up Audacity, and I'll bring you my amazing narration. Okay. Noise reduction. Let's do like 2 or something. No. Amplify by like 8. Get another noise reduction. Nope, that's the wrong button. So is this... How big is this? 0.2. So this is about 10 times bigger, because we have about this much time for each character. So what I'll do is I'll get basically this waveform here. What if we get it right here? No, that's nothing. What if we compress this? I'm gonna do, I guess I'll just do a change speed, because change tempo on noise doesn't work very well. No, that's not quite. How does this feel? Yeah. What if we only had this part, though? Okay, let's try this, actually. Pip. So we're going to do maybe dialogue here. So pip narration. And then eventually we can have new things like speeding up the speech bubbles and stuff like that. But okay, narration. Hip. Oh, I already had these here. Oh, right, because those are from the actual, like, okay. Okay, well, we don't really need those. Let's make sure that this works, though. And hopefully it doesn't sound, like, weird. I need to figure out who has dialogue that is narrated. Because, yeah, all these characters are going to need their unique pip sounds, so... How do I want to do that, actually? I might need to have it as, I might need to have the unique speech bubbles early. I think I'm realizing there's that very low frequency wave you can see here. So if we did a graphic EQ on this... Oh. If we just push down this, you see that. And honestly, that feels better than what I had before. Because then if we do that, and then just effect fade in. Try this on for size. And then I'll just get the sound effects elsewhere. Because yeah, I think having this day-by-day schedule, yeah, it's going to push me to do a lot more work off-stream, which honestly, good for me, because... I think I'll just make the audio a little bit lower on this. -5. Let's do that. Okay, because we're at the narration. So yeah. That's okay. I'm gonna say that's gonna be less important. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna put that elsewhere. Probably like, yeah, Bill's house with clutter. We're gonna have sound for time advancing when sitting. Okay. Trying to think also, where is my... Okay, these are fine. Actually, let's figure out how I want to do these dang speech bubbles. I'm going to say if the speaker... So when we start to bob with a speaker, I think that is when we actually set the speaker here. Oh, I know. When we track the speaker. Track node. So when we do this, I think is when we're going to do that. So if tracked, or if speaking hip in node. or let's say if node, oh wait, hang on, we're going to do that. If speaking pip in node, dialog, no, sound, okay. And then I need to figure out where the heck that is. Because I think that's going to be, yeah, I'll have to refactor this once I do unique sound effects for every character, but this will be okay. Player... Now I just need to figure out where the heck do we do the actual, like, tracking. Or, how does tracking work here? So when we find a tracker, get tracker, find speaker node, dialog manager speakers. So in the NPC, I think this is where dialog manager, oh wait, no. That's done in the base interactable. Register speaker self, okay. And so when we get ourselves here, how exactly are we getting the thing from that? Register speaker, dialog, tracker. Okay, and then when we get the tracker, this is where we do that. Okay. And that's because NPCs have a face here. Wait, hang on. Who has get dialogue tracker, though? I'm basically trying to figure out... okay. Oh, okay. So the player and the world object are what have this. Okay, so if it has the node face, we return that. Otherwise, we return ourselves. And so that means that the face would actually be what has a dialog pip. So we're just going to do that as a var dialog face node export var dialog pip audio stream player. Oh, no, audio stream. And what I'm going to do for this is get a different sound effect. That's probably going to be too loud. I think because this is so fast, hang on. Let's go back to the, whatever the heck I'm going back to, environment, lamp. We need it to be super, super fast. Yeah, because this is where the audio ends for a given character. So look at all that space. Okay. So now the whole click is encapsulated by that. That's good. Dialogue, environment, let's save that there. And so now what we can do is the base NPC should have 3D. There we go. Oh wait, no, class name. Okay, now we can do lamp here. And for the player, we can do the piano sound. So we go back to player. Hi, welcome back. Let's see. So every ghost should have, or no, face. I'm gonna rename this to dialogue face. Because yeah, now each character's face. And this actually works out well for me because this means that the ghost can have a different dialogue pip. Okay. Piano. Kitty for now will just have piano though. Okay. Dialogue pip. Where would we do that? Gonna be in here? No. I think that's fine. So I think now we should get a bunch of little clicks from NPCs, and the player character should have a bunch of little piano tunes. Didn't quite work. Oh yeah, and I added epic not Fortnite gameplay to the game. But okay, yeah. It's only crashed once today. But okay, so let's look for dialogue pips. Oh, it's called... Okay. There we go. Yeah, it was exciting. I played Fortnite for the first time, and I found out that this computer can barely run Fortnite. Okay, so now there's the clicks, and then if we... Dialogue pip. So if dialogue pip in node, stream equals that. So stream audio on base of object of type nil. So invalid property of key stream with value of type that on base of object of type nil. So that means the rollout sound doesn't exist. Oh, we need to do if rollout sound and that. Because the thought bubbles don't have any speaking. But okay, now each character can have their own sound effect. And I'll make the actual good sound effect soon. Because yeah, I'm basically gonna listen to a bunch of audio later today. Off stream, I think. But I'm gonna, let's say... I guess that's the last of the code that I need for that. But okay, the last things that I have for today are all sound effects, so that's actually gonna be the end of the stream. I guess I can double check everything that I've done though. Show off what I did. Oh, I didn't even save what I did. Good, okay. Not Fortnite. Gameplay and dialogue sounds. Yeah. I know what I should do. I should probably start a new game and double check the narration just to make sure that it sounds good, because it'd be a shame if it didn't sound good. I think it actually needs to be slightly faster. These, so if we go back to dialogue viewer bubble, now that we have the punctuation and stuff, I want this to be like 0.02, maybe? Or maybe 1.5. That's a little too fast. I think I was right with 0.2. Because I want it to approximately be the same time that it would take a person to say it. So, like, how do you get home? That small glowing object surely holds the answers. Oh, well, I guess it's not as fast. Well, I guess it's as fast as I can comfortably read it rolling out. And do I want the sound effects for the text there? I think I'm fine with that text not having sound effects because it's meant to represent a character talking. And I'll say, those sound effects will have to be pretty tame, or pretty unobtrusive, I think. Because otherwise it'll be annoying. What else did I need to check? I think that's the main things. I guess I can do this part again. So I'm just going to cheat player find item from. Orb mode. I'm going to skip our tutorial again. Do I have the sound effects for orb mode? No, I don't have those in here. Oh wait, but orb mode's not in the demo. So that'll be fine. Because yeah, my main thing right now is just getting the game ready for the next fest in June. So I have a pretty strict schedule that I'm trying to adhere to. Admittedly, some of the stuff that I have on there is kind of insane, like completing entire areas in a day. And I guess if I don't, I can always just... I want there to also be a running gag of, like, arbitrarily limiting areas with, like, demo boundaries. Like, I'll show an example. So I can actually just, like, cordon off any area that I deem unfinished. Like this one, for example. The chest is demo, even though it doesn't do anything. Like, the chest isn't going to do anything in the main game. This is just to, like, fuck with the player. And so I want, like, random things to be marked as demo. Like, maybe, like, 1 can of soda is just marked as demo, and so you can't knock it over. And just stuff like that. Oh, wait, hang on. Ooh. Why are those not collision? Oh, I guess because I haven't, let's go back to the cave. There we are. So this here, this here. Okay, there we go. Railing and this railing. Take your time, Godot. I click this. It highlights this. It highlights this here. It highlights this when I click that. There we go. Now it can do it. It figured out what I wanted. And so here as well, I think we need 6? No, we needed mask 6 and 8, I think. And these should also not block the player. Why are they set up like this? I think this is correct. Yeah, I'm using a version of Godot with that's modified to allow for mirror reflections. And I'm not sure... I wonder if they have improved the, like, casting system. Because, yeah, it's incredibly irritating how, like, difficult it is to just click an object in Godot. And I don't like how they changed the drag and drop behavior either. Because it used to be, like, if you took, like, the player and you dragged him into the scene... Oh, well, interesting. It just... Yeah, sometimes the player would be like positioned with some sort of logical relationship to the objects in the scene. Like you could put the player on the ground here by clicking here. And, well, that seems well, that's just doing its own thing, actually. Oh, but it's because it's a 2D scene. Okay. That's actually not Godot's fault. This is, though. If we go to this node, what I really wanted is for the origin to be there, because I used to have the origin be like the character's feet. But in Godot 4, now it uses the bounding box, so the characters are almost always floating because they typically have things like lights and other nodes on them. So yeah, it's very annoying. But okay, let's see, what do I call this? I guess some final adjustments for the day. Yeah, because I should call that there, because I'm starving. But I will get the rest of this work done today, all these sound effects, which hopefully shouldn't take too long. That should be pretty simple. But alright, I want to thank you for stopping by. I know you just got here as well, but such is the way of the stream. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully same time. See you later.